Look at the numbers right there. A juicy matchup for sure. Tim, who has the edge?
Ooh, I think because it's at home, I'm going to go with KC, even though their defense isn't trustworthy at all and they need to get a lot better. But man, at home, that fan base is crazy. It's one of the loudest stadiums. And I'm going to give KC the edge in this one because I think their defense shows up and plays a little bit better. But I think Patrick Mahomes goes off. He knows there's a little pressure on him in this game, and he's going to show that he can rise to the occasion.
Here's my deal, Tim. At some point in time, defense has to matter once again. And you look at the Kansas City defense, it's horrid. It's no way around it. Now, juxtapose that to the Buffalo Bills. They're number one against the rush. They're number one against the pass. They're number one in yards allowed. They're number one in points allowed. They've got not one but two shutouts on this season. Now I'm looking at this schedule, and I understand where we're coming from. They did shut out the Miami Dolphins. I think that's the game Tua got hurt, okay?
Two shutouts.
Of course, they shut out the Houston Texans as well. That ain't saying much either. I totally get that because, Deshaun Watson ain't quarterbacking. Tyrod Taylor's not quarterbacking. We get all of that. But you got two shutouts is two shutouts. Not even allowing a field goal. That says something to me, not just about their defense, but about their mentality and what they know they have to do. And I'm going to think, Tim, that a game like this is going to prioritize stuff for the Buffalo Bills more so than ever before. It's one of those situations where you're not just looking at it from a psychological perspective, needing to beat this team. They beat you in the regular season. They beat you in the postseason as well, the AFC Championship game. You got all of that going on. That's one thing. Here's the other thing to pay attention to. If Buffalo wins this game, if indeed there is a matchup again in the postseason, the likelihood is that it would have to come through Buffalo. I think Buffalo loves their chances against Kansas City if Kansas City got to come to Bills Mafia Nation. I think if they got to do that, I think that there will be, I think that they recognize that that would be a huge push and a huge plus for them. And I think that's why they prioritize a game like this. I'm looking at Josh Allen. I'm looking at Stephon Diggs. I'm looking at the acquisition of Emmanuel Sanders. And I'm saying, excuse me, they got a passing game now. We know they got a running game as well. I'm just looking at it from that standpoint. And if your defense could just get a couple of stops, listen, if you're Buffalo, you should be confident that you could score 30 on this defense. The question is, can you hold Patrick Mahomes to under that? You're talking about stopping him one or two times. That's a tall task. But if anybody can do it, they could do it, Tim.
Stephen A., I hate to say this, but I actually really agree with your point that if Buffalo's able to win and they get to the playoffs, I think Buffalo has a way better shot of getting to the Super Bowl if they're at home because that is a really tough place to play. And I think we've been able to see that with Kansas City. When they're at home, I mean, it's an unbelievable team. We're on the road. We've seen teams compete even more against them. And I think for Kansas City, you want to find a way to be able to get home field advantage leading into the playoffs. And obviously that, it should go without saying, but it's a different team at home. And that's why I think this game is crucial for Kansas City. That's why I think Patrick Mahomes, plays outside this world. I think the receivers step up. I think Andy Reid's going to have an incredible game plan. I think he's got a couple things up his sleeves because he knows what a big game this is. That's why I give the edge to KC in this one.
Let me not forget to mention Singletary running the football. He's averaging over 5 yards a carry. Let me remember Cole Beasley as well. It ain't just about Stephon Diggs and Emmanuel Sanders. Cole Beasley has been an integral part of their offense as well. And on the defensive side of the ball, we all know their secondary is nothing to sneeze at. They got 12 sacks, the Buffalo Bills. They got 12 sacks on the season, and it's spread out. A few guys with 2, 1, etc. You know what they get.
But the question is, how are they going to get that, though, Stephen A? Are they going to bring pressure, right? If you bring pressure, that means you're putting guys on islands. I don't know if you really want that against KC, right? Against the playoffs, they played a lot of zone. They kept it in front of them. So what happened then? It was, we're going to check it down. We're going to check it down. We're going to get in third and short, and we're going to methodically move the football down the field. If you pressure, you're going to give KC chances for big plays. I don't know if Buffalo wants that.
What if you rush 4? What if you rush 4 and you don't blitz and you got confident that the 4 guys that you've got can get at the quarterback? Because guess what? Your offensive line, albeit improved, ain't a stout offensive line. You believe you can get to Patrick Mahomes without blitzing. Then guess what? That changes things.
I think that's the answer. It absolutely changes. It changes everything. If you can get home to Patrick Mahomes with 4, you have an absolute chance of disrupting because you can be physical against the receivers and their tight end, but still keep 2 safeties. And I think it changes the scheme for KC offensively.
Listen, it's arguably the best teams in the AFC, right? But we still haven't seen Showtime be Showtime yet. So hopefully this game we will, guys. We've had some great quarterback rivalries over the years. I think most recently comes to mind for me, it would be Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. But Tim, how about now? Would you say Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen are potentially the next great quarterback rivalry?
Heck yeah, these two guys are freaks. They're awesome. They're not only the two of the best, but they're also two of the most fun to watch. And I think that is the media is going to hype it up. We're going to make it such a huge game. You have two guys that can have absolute cannons with their arm, but are also super athletic and make plays and are going to dive into the end zone and do fun things. I think we're going to see this rivalry for a long time, both in the AFC, both going to be competing, get to Super Bowls for many years to come, and also in good franchises where the organizations are going to be able to have enough good players for a long time around them, where I think you're going to see games like this for at least the next 10 years, and I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to watch this game because these guys are not only great, but they're also so fun to watch. They're exciting. I think you're going to see huge ratings, and you're going to see an incredible game.
Tim Tebow. You know what? Just when I thought you were coming along because you were seeing things my way, and I was so proud of you as you continue to progress and show that you agree with your boy. You come with this. Come on, man. You know, listen, Josh Allen could play, and we get all of that, but they basically run a well-balanced attack in Buffalo. They run the football just as much, if not more, than they throw the football. We get all of that. Have you seen this dude, Justin Herbert, for the Los Angeles Chargers, who happen to be in the same division as Patrick Mahomes? Have you seen the Chargers play and what a complete package that squad appears to be? I was hanging out with them this past Monday night. I was there at the game, Tim Tebow, at SoFi Stadium. It was beautiful.
Here
The
we go.
suites were absolutely
Here we go,
immaculate. I must
Stephen
confess,
A., how does it always come back to you? How does it always come back to you, your famous friends? Hey, look who I'm taking selfies with.
I'm a man of the people. I'm a man of the people. You listen.
God.
You're a man, but a man of what people? A man of famous people.
A man of all people. A man of all people. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.